Hey lovies, this is Michelle here. I like Matcha Tarot. I hope that you guys are doing great. It is a little after midnight, right? Um, yeah, it's like 10 after, 12 after now. Um, After midnight, so 12:12. Yeah, I hope that you guys had a nice Monday. And if you are still up, I hope that you're not up for like, not being able to sleep type of purposes. I mean, if you are, I guess we're kind of in the same boat. I can't sleep. I need to get myself back into a routine though because I go back to work in a couple of days, so I better get my shit together. But yeah, maybe some of you guys are feeling like me, a little restless. Like maybe my girl Phoenix Priestess is something like that? Question mark. Excuse me. That was a big burp. But yes, maybe some of you guys are just feeling a little bit restless. Hey Monique, how are you? What's up, girl? Um, yeah, I'm not ready to go to sleep yet. I don't know if it's like I'm just trying to like have fun before I go back to work. Like it's like probably the last night where I'm able to do this because tomorrow night I can't. So it's like have fun, right? Just go all out. Hey Betty Boop, what's up, girl? What's up? Um, yeah, I feel inclined to do a reading. I don't know what it's going to be about at all. I have no freaking idea, but Spirit kind of called me to do it, and I'm like, okay. So I, got a few pre-selected decks. This is not going to be a long reading. I could tell you that now. This is going to be pretty quick, or at least in comparison to how my readings can be. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be like long or anything. But Spirit wanted me to, talk about some stuff. Don't know what it is yet, but with all that said, we're gonna just dive in, not do too much talking, right? Just get to the point. For those of you who are new to the channel, and if you haven't been here before, welcome. And I hope you like what you see here and decide to stick around. And hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, to support the channel and just to know when I'm on here and everything like that. Especially, for those of you who are interested in like, getting free readings and stuff like that. I don't do them often, but when I do, it seems like people resonate with them and they seem to go well. So, you know, just saying. Just putting that out there. I do hope that my other girls pop in though, like the Phoenix Priestess. Check her out. She's a reader as well. Amazing person. That's my soully right there. So, yep, that's a person that you guys might want to check out as well. Love that girl. Love her, love her, love her. Absolutely. All right, so yeah, and like I said, like, with those of you who've been rocking with your girl for a bit, thank you for the continued support. I love you guys. Appreciate y'all. I'm in my PJs, so I keep on going like this because I feel a little bit weird. I'm not covered or anything, and people are weird on here. So yeah, I'm hoping that more people pop in, but no worries. As people come in, they come in. People who are on the same wavelength as us right now, right? Just kind of, in a chill mode, like, you know what? I'm not doing anything else. I'm on Facebook, or well, not in this case, not Facebook, but sometimes it could be Facebook. Not this particular situation, but I'm on YouTube. I'm scrolling. Oh, look, there's somebody who's live. Let me go check that out. You never know how you might come across this channel. But anywho, let's get started. Spirit, only let positive energy into this reading. Um, let's get messages for the collective that are for their highest good. Clear some most accurate messages, please, and thank you. Um, let's see what's going on. So when we split the deck, we have Jeweled Web, connectivity, along with dances on one foot, balancing act. So you might be balancing out a little too many things all at once. I heard a twisted web we weave. There's just too many things going on at one time, is what I'm kind of getting. For some reason, I keep picking up on somebody might have like a web as a tattoo, or you're thinking about doing that. Let me know if that resonates for anyone. Or your last name could be Webb, or you're related to somebody with that last name. Let me know if that resonates. But that seemed really, really strong just now. Um, that's like sitting really strong. I have family members with that last name, so like that's kind of throwing me off a little bit. But let's get back to the reading. so let's do a few shuffles. But let me know if any of those messages I just said when I split the deck are resonating. But you're definitely just doing too much. Hey, big guy, what's up? Been looking at Halloween stuff. Okay. I love Halloween. Like, I remember growing up, like, I'm in Connecticut, and I live in Bridgeport, but nobody really did it like out here in Bridgeport, so we would go to like the next towns over, like the surrounding towns. So it would be like Fairfield, Stratford, Milford, and like they would like do all of, like the cool like Halloween decorations and stuff. Oh, it used to be so fun. I miss those days. So fun. Yeah. Is it resonating, guys? We have whale song resonating. Hmm. Picking up on something on this one. There's a message that could be coming from like somebody who you're connected to. I I was really hoping it wasn't going this way. It could be a passed on loved one. I am picking up on that, and that might be why like I was feeling so strong about like the beginning messages. Um, they might talk to you or speak to you through music, is what I'm getting. We're gonna see where it's going. Horseman, hero of change. Interesting. And caterpillar, opportunity. So there could be some new opportunities coming through to you. But there's something about like sound. Sound seems to be really significant. And I don't know why I felt something on my shoulder just now. Like it felt like it went like this. Um, I keep feeling things touching me. I don't necessarily like it. It is like, but I know that's how, was like a crossed over loved one or whatever. Like that's how they communicate through touch a lot of the time for me. Sometimes it's through sound, but sometimes it's in songs and things like that. But like sometimes it's through touch. And I think they know that I don't like that, but they do it anyway. And I'm just like, ugh, I don't like it. Stop touching me. But don't actually stop. It's just like, are there other ways? Like, can you like knock over something off the table? Like, it's all snack glass, so I can pick it up easy. I don't know. Like, it's just weird. So some of you guys might be having something similar. Let me know in the comments. Like, there could be a passed over loved one who's communicating with you, and you're like things weird things just keep happening. I'm getting things like with technology. That seems to be a big one I'm picking up on right now. Technology, sound. So things that you hear, whether it's like a voice or songs and things like that, seem to be resonant. um I'm also getting like things like falling randomly, and it's like that was like so secure on the table. There's no way that would just fall off the table. Like it's not like it's like on the the edge or something. Like there's no way that could have just fell over. It's a heavy object. Like it's not the wind like knocked it off onto the floor. Like no, it's like there's something communicating. I'm getting something like that. Again, let me know in the comments. All right, let's do some shuffling. Nose is going crazy, like the whole nose, like not even like one side versus the other. Like I do feel like there's like incoming energy when it comes to it, but like my whole nose is like so itchy. I'm just like, ugh, I was fine just a moment ago. I'm not on the white pony, I promise you. The white pony express, like I'm not on it. I'll probably be like, this bitch is high. Like, no, I'm not. This is my life, bro. Like, I be at work and I'm just like, weird ass shit happens there too. Empty well. Time to replenish. You might be feeling a little bit empty right now. And this is this is a time to just like allow your. I'm only laughing because you guys sent laughing emojis or whatever in the reactions. But what I said, the white pony part, like no, seriously, like I'm not on it, I promise you. But this is definitely a time to take care of your vessel. if you're a woman or have female parts, because I like to try to be inclusive about all those things, um, this might be a time to make an appointment for your pap smear and stuff like that. I am picking up on that for someone. That's not gonna be for everybody, but like if you know you've been doing your checkups and stuff like that, you're fine. But like for somebody who's been like maybe putting it off on hold for a bit, it might be time to do that again. I am picking up on that for someone. Caterpillar is here again. Opportunity, curiosity, stranger. Reading these cards as they're coming out, because I'm getting a lot of messages all at one time. I hate when it's. I like it when it happens, but I hate it at the same time because it's like I have to like literally like stop what I'm doing to like get the message so I could deliver the message, and y'all probably like, damn bitch, spit it out already. All right, so what I'm picking up on right now, because like I did pick up on like, and that was like a separate message. The thing about the going to like your lady like appointments and stuff, that was something else. What I'm getting outside of that is just this energy of like there are opportunities that are not going to drain your physical vessel. I'm getting this might be in terms of career, overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. So if you have been, worried about your finances and things like that, there's about to be like an overflow, an abundance of opportunities coming towards you is what I'm getting. So like the that message I initially delivered is very, very separate from the rest of this. Um, it's not gonna be for everybody. These lights are really bright in my eye and I can't really see that one. Sorry guys. Oop, 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 oop. Yeah. I'm not on the white pony, I promise. My nose is just itchy. I promise you I'm not. Hey Lottie, what's up, girl? Hey girl, hey, check my sister out, okay? Check her out. Check out my girls. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. My sisters, they're gonna set you right. They're gonna set you right, okay? Love them, adore them. They're just amazing at what they do. Check them out, okay? Um I don't know why I keep on, and it's like I'm feeling like a little bit ill. Okay, spirit. I get it, but can we move on a little bit, please? It's definitely giving like woman's health. Like I all of a sudden I'm feeling hot. Like I was completely comfortable just a moment ago. I was not sweating or anything, and all of a sudden, like, so I'm getting like there could be like an imbalance with hormones, hormone imbalance, women's health type of stuff. Before I even like move on to the next card, they won't let me move on. They want me to put this out there. I also heard thyroid. Get your thyroid checked. I also heard breast health. Get your breast checked. I have to do that too, actually. Now that I'm 40 years old, it's time. Um, okay. Spirit is like, make sure you tell your audience this. And I'm like, okay, I hear you. I hear you. They're like, we're not gonna move past these fucking cards until you say it. I'm like, okay. Okay, I hear you. So there's a checkup that needs to happen for somebody. Like even my back is starting to sweat a little bit. Like my back does not sweat. It's usually my face. When I do sweat, and my pits. My pits actually are fine. It's my face right now that's like kind of like I feel like the little droplets of sweat forming like right here. Um, yeah. something about that. Yeah, so something about that. All right, my love. Please go to the doctor. I hope you have insurance so you can go get that looked into. And like I said, that breast health thing is like kind of coming in a little bit too for me. Confirmation as my phone's going off at the same time. Is that, you can't make it up? Is this really a freaking bra ad? So yeah, it's fucking from Savage and Fenty. Let me know if you guys got one too. If you have Savage and Fenty on your phone that you get stuff from them, if that would be confirmation for you too. Like, I just got one about a bra deal or whatever. Like somebody might receive one at the same exact time. Like, oh, yep, let's go look at the girls. I'm getting something like that. All right, Spirit, I'm sorry. Like, I'm trying to, like, read, and, like, I literally only drew one card. But it's, like, a very slow burn on this one. Like, they're not letting these cards come out as quickly as I would like. We have Watchers. It says transpersonal. I heard the word transactional. Or the word transactional. Maybe some things feel very transactional within your connections in your life. That's what I'm picking up on right now. That could be one of those things that have been defeating you. Lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Her Leyland, though. I looked and like I heard Leyland. I saw Leyland. I know that's not what it says here, but that's what I heard and saw. You're definitely being guided. Hey Jean, what's up, girl? Thank you for popping in. Oh, my back all of a sudden. Um, all of a sudden. I sit the same way all the time. Like, my back hurts. Um, whew. I'm feeling pain, like, in the right side, underneath my shoulder blade. Like in the, what they would call, like, the flank area of the back. Like, the small of the back. That's what I'm feeling right now. Whew, it hurts. Another thing I'm picking up on is maybe looking into your kidney function, question mark. Somebody might have somebody going on with their kidneys. Do any of you guys have lupus or know somebody who has lupus? This reading is definitely going a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I expected this to just be, you know, for shits and giggles and fun. I'm not picking up right now. As we're reading, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I don't want to start crying on here. I'm feeling physical ailments. Oh God, I don't want to start crying. Please don't start crying. Don't cry. Alright. We're gonna keep going. I'm not gonna cry in here. I'm gonna try not to. Fortune's Wheel. Luck and right timing. The number here is 23. Change. Something about the ancestry line has to change. Maybe that's why it's like such a slow burn. And I can't get the messages out the way that I was expecting to. Somebody might have I'm picking up on like indigenous blood. We have hollow bone here, teachability. Yeah, somebody's here. Somebody is here. Okay, we're gonna keep going. All right, we have cosmic womb here. The divine feminine. The divine feminine energy is here. Motherly kind of energy. You may be stepping into your divine feminine. And remember, I kept saying like something about woman health. So making sure you're getting like your pap smears and stuff. Something is coming up with that too again. Especially if you've been having like infertility issues. Um, but in general, and if you're aging, air quotes around that. If you're aging, getting older, past 35, which is crazy, that is considered as geriatric. So, like literally, if you were to get pregnant at 35 years old, that's considered as a geriatric pregnancy, which is wild to me. So yeah, my doctor told me that when I was 35. She's like, "Oh, are you thinking about having another baby?" I'm like, she's like, "Well, if you are, yeah, it'll be considered as a geriatric pregnancy, and yeah, there's certain, you know, risks and all that." I'm like, "Damn, bitch." Really, you talked about my weight over the years. You did this, you did that. Now I'm just like, damn. Now you telling me I'm an old ass bitch too. Like, what the fuck? Like, I might have problems if I decide to have a baby. Like, and like I said, that's when I was 35. That was, it was what, 6, 7 years ago. But the thing is, it's like I'm picking up on something like that. Like, I'm definitely getting like women's health. I will say this. Men, if you are watching this, I'm not saying you won't get anything from this reading, but the likelihood of you getting something from this reading might be a little bit lower just because of the energy I'm picking up. But I am definitely getting women's health stuff, so breasts, overall, reproductive system stuff, and I picked up on lupus. So I was trying so hard not to look at the comments because I started crying and I'm like, yeah, we're not doing this shit tonight. Nope. Not doing this. So let me just look at this stuff here that you guys are talking about. Oh gosh. Oh god. Okay, let me scroll up a little bit. Thank you, Lati. I'm breathing. Um, because I'm feeling it. I feel the pains and stuff. God, it hurts. And Allie's asking, is your mom? Is she? It might be her. I feel some stuff going on here. I don't like it. Blessings is here. Hi, blessings. You are a blessing every time you come in. I'm so grateful for you. Millie, I'm not sure who Millie is. I didn't see Millie. Did I miss something? Let me look a little bit further. I didn't see Millie. I'm not sure who Millie is. It must be Oh, your mother. Okay, I forgot your mom's name is Millie. Oh goodness. She had a history. Oh God. Jeez. Yeah, so they're definitely they're talking to you. They're talking to you. Your grandmother and your mom are saying, "You gotta go look into that, my love. I love you." I almost forgot that's your mom's name because I'm like Millie. I'm thinking it's like somebody like in the comment section. I'm like, who's Millie? And I'm like, oh, duh. uh, mm. Betty, my cousin last year, she passed away from a heart attack and she had lupus. Um, she had a lot of ailments. That, like, the first thing I think that started going her was her kidneys. That was one of the first things. Her heart. She had 2 heart attacks. Um, and some other things going on. A lot of stuff going on with her. Wow. Holy crap. So yeah, this is gonna get a little bit darker and more intense than I was expecting. I thought this was gonna be like let's see what a bullshit person is doing in the background, and I'm like nope, they're like nope, we're gonna get a little more serious. Let's get serious. Let's get serious. Um, you know, hopefully we could add a little bit of comedic relief in there somewhere. I'm hoping, but yeah. The difference, though, my love, is I don't see and hear like you do. Like, not in the same capacity anyway. Like, so, like, my girl, the Phoenix Priestess, like, oh my God. First off, she's like the ultimate shadow boxer. And what I mean by that is she does shadow work or helps people with their shadow work. Like, she will help you see your shadow and she will reflect that to you so that you can work on it and integrate it. Amazing. Amazing what she does. But she also helps people cross over. And I just got like all the chills. Just now as I'm saying it. I'm like, I don't know how she does it. But yeah, she helps people cross over and helps them see what they need to see to do so. It's amazing what she does. You know, she has helped me, not in terms of like crossing over stuff, but she has helped me understand who certain people are, or entities. Is that the right word? We'll go with entities for right now. But like for instance, there was on this very couch. I come from the bathroom. I'm like, what the fuck is that on the couch? Just a pristine little white feather. I've talked about this many times, and it's just sitting there on the couch. I'm like, what the fuck? Where did it come from? And I'm like, I don't have like pillows or anything like that with like feathers in it or anything like that. I don't have any jackets or coats or anything like that with feathers in it. I'm like, the fuck is this? Like, why is it there? So I went and asked her. I was like, hey, can you tell me where this matter came from? And she was like, someone left it for you. I was like, who? And at first I thought maybe it was my nana, because she shows up all the time. She showed up earlier today, right? Is it true? You agree, right, Ren? See, she's speaking. She's vouching. Come here, baby. Come. Yeah, come up. Yeah, because we're talking about some ghosts and shit. Yeah, that's what we're doing tonight. Okay, we could do that. Um, she's like, I need to be next to my mom right now. We're talking about some ghostly shit. So yeah. Um, so Allie, my girl, she's like, it's a male. I'm like, it's a male, and she's like, yeah, it's a male. I'm like, who the hell could that be? I'm thinking, is it my cousin? Like, I'm like, what do they look like? Like, are they older, younger, whatever? She's like, they're a little bit older. I was like, older. So again, I'm like confused by this because I'm like, older? What older male would be leaving me a feather? I thought that now at this point I'm thinking that maybe it's my cousin John, who he committed suicide or whatever when he was what 23, 24, and I know I'm connected to him, so I'm like, okay. Now I'm like really skeptical, not skeptical of her abilities, but skeptical about my own like intuition on this one. I'm like, what the fuck, who is this? So when she started to describe the person, she's like, they're like kind of fair skinned, they have like curly hair, they're a little bit older, but they still look good for their, you could tell they look good for their age. And I'm like, could that be my grandfather? So at this point I didn't say that. I said, is this the person? She was like, that's him. It was my grandfather, Lawrence. And I'm like, oh my God, Mr. Fernandez. And I'm just like, oh my God, that is crazy. And but the fact that she was able to describe him, she never saw this nigga before. She had no idea what this nigga looked like. And He's like this, good looking, light skinned brother, you know what I mean, with the good hair, not like this. And, you know, he's Cape Verdean. Now that people know what Cape Verdean is, I've been saying I'm Cape Verdean for my whole life, and people are like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, if you're not Cape Verdean, you don't know. If you're not from the East Coast, you probably don't know what a Cape Verdean is. So they're just like, what the fuck is a Cape Verdean? Now everybody knows, oh, Cape Verdean, cool. Like, that's so cool. Like, that's the thing to be, right? With the World Cup and everything. So funny. But anywho, yeah. My grandfather, he was the shit, okay? Like, that was a handsome motherfucker back in the day. And my grandmother too. Like, those two together, Mary and Lawrence, or Larry, Mary and Larry, right? Like, they was nothing to fuck with. Mr. and Mrs. Fernandez back in the day here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Like, oh, people just knew. She's all college educated and shit. He's a musician, and he's touring and stuff. Like, people knew. He used to do a lot of jazz music and stuff like that back in the day. Very, very talented. And it's just funny because the fact that, like, she picked up on that. She's like, he's good looking, he's this, he's that, and like all the stuff I'm like, and I sent her the picture. She was like, that's him. I'm like, damn. So I guess the reason why we're doing all this extra talking, because you guys know how I am. Relatives might show up in this reading, and I heard revolving door. I'm picking up on, maybe I need to go pick up my ancestor deck and the deck that was gifted to me by my girl. The messages of closure deck. We'll see how we feel towards the end. But we might end it with some messages from, ooh, my ear just started ringing, so that might be what I need to do. Is that what we're doing, Spirit? Okay. I do feel like I'm being called to do that at the end. So we'll see how many people stick around. It will be a collective message, so you will have to use your own intuition on that. But, like, there might be messages at the end of this for you. But yeah, first breath, beginner's mind. I don't think I've ever seen this card before. And I've been reading from this deck for a good amount of time now. I've never seen this card ever. I've seen all the cards that came out so far. I've never seen that one before. Eye of the Needle, Intentionality. But yeah, that card just right there on the bottom. I've never seen that card. Never seen it. First breath, beginner's mind. I've never seen that. It's like the stars and the planets are like aligning for you as you take this step into something new. What the fuck is going on? Wow. Many masks. This allows you to be your truest, authentic self. Wow. One more from here, Spirit. This got so much more deep than I expected it to. Now, sis, solely, guess what? I can't find my deck. That's the deck that I was looking for earlier that I wanted to pull from when we were doing the one for the full moon. I can't find that deck, and it's driving me crazy because I'm like, where is it? It's somewhere, but I can't find it. But I know it's here somewhere. That bothers me a lot. Like, I almost started crying right before. You said, tell your mother to give it back. I was so upset earlier. Like, because, like, and I was talking about, like, me being, like, a creature of habit. Like, I'm that person, right? Where, like, I do everything the same way every time. So anytime I do any reading that's about, like, full moons, any of that stuff, anything about, like, moon cycles and stuff, I always do the same setup. It's always the Moonology deck and the gateway of activation. And guess what? I cannot find that fucking deck. I can't believe it. And I'm like, I read with those decks at the same time, so they should be next to each other, right? Can't find the fucking deck. I looked everywhere. I cannot find it. I looked under the thing, like my little altar thing. I looked under the couch. I'm like, that accidentally kick it under there or something. I looked under the TV stand. I looked under the freaking where I have all my cards set up and displayed. I looked everywhere. I cannot find it. I'm like, what is happening? That's so weird. Hey T baby, what's up, baby girl? How you doing? Dream thief, refusal. Sorry, refusal of the call. So maybe somebody's like not. I looked under both. There's a table and then there's like, oh, okay, not a dresser. It's like a table and then there's like a TV stand. So the table is like a little, you know, miniature kind of thing. And that's why I call my altar, where I have all like my crystals and stuff like that, my candles. I looked under there, and I also looked under the TV stand, which is right behind it. It's in neither one of those places. And I'm just like, whoa. I looked under the couch. I looked everywhere. Everywhere where I do my readings. Like, I'm like, what the hell is this? Dream of thief, refusal of the call. So some of you guys might not be answering the call. What I pick up from that is like you're being called to do certain things and you're not listening. It's time to listen. Lost compass, getting back to integrity. So this is a time to, I know it's going to be hard to see this because of the lighting, but just, just listen to the messages regardless. Yeah, this is a time to listen. You're being guided for a reason and you're not listening. Trust me, I understand because I don't listen either. Venus mirror, ego sublimation, ego death. Gotta let that ego die. You're not listening because you let your ego get the best of you sometimes, is what I'm picking up on. Gathering around, the power of community. Gather around the right people. Again, like, kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. And don't judge me if I take a shot or sip a nip. Oh, not that one, though. Oh, no. That's too strong. Yeah. I'll sip this one. Sip, keyword. I'm not going to drink the whole thing. But I'm chilling. I said it earlier. I was like, oh my god, this is going to be like a chill ass freaking reading. It was like, we're going to show you, but we're going to tell you. We about to make y'all niggas cry and shit. Like, goddamn. I'm just trying to chill. Like, this is supposed to be like a late night fun reading, and they was like, nope, we're gonna turn it into something else. All right, yeah. See, sometimes you have to accept things for what it is, defeat, right, and make some choices. So I'm getting hard choices that come with accepting defeat. Is what I'm picking up on. So it's like, sometimes we let our thoughts, our emotions and feelings get into the mix, and then it makes it that much harder to distinguish what we need to do, right? But at the end of the day, there are things we're being called to do in very different capacities. But one of the main things that we're seeing throughout this reading is your overall health. Big, big, big thing right now. Listen to it. Please listen to it. And I have to do the same. Like, I literally just told myself the other day while I was showering, I was like, this is literally what I said to myself. Out loud, man. I was like, I didn't do any of the things I said I was going to do during this break. And then I wanted to say, I really, for the next break coming up, because I work with kids, so I'm on break from the school, but I go back, for the summer program in a couple of days. And I said to myself, I was like, during the next break, which is a little bit longer than this past one, it's like 3 weeks long, I was like, you need to set up your OBGYN appointment, and you need to set up a dentist appointment. So health is wealth, guys. So listen to that. 3939. Listen to that. It's time to listen. Yes. Those toxicities, we can't keep holding on to that, whatever that might be, whatever that is. Our mental health, the things that we hold on to because we're like, oh yeah, no, I'm fine. Like, no, that mindset, let that shit go too. Yeah, choices, decisions, moving in the right direction. Yeah. Health is wealth. This is definitely about health. This overall message right now, I feel like it's about health. Whatever you need to do to make sure that your physical vessel, especially if you're a woman, not to say that men don't go through their stuff, but like, I mean, men definitely need to get their checkups too, but I was picking up on feminine health because of the fact that I literally was feeling certain types of pains and stuff like that that men don't feel. And I'm just like, oof, yeah, let's make sure we're taking care of ourselves, guys, especially as we're getting older, right? Hi, Carolina, how are you? Like I said, I'm in my 40s now, and there are things I have to do for my health that, I didn't have to think about as much before. And now I'm where I'm at, and then I have my family history. There are things that my body has been telling me that I keep ignoring, and they're like, bitch. You know what I mean? You better listen. 4114 when I said that. Change, baby. There's some changes that need to be made. And yeah, what are you gonna do about it? You better recognize. Reading it intuitively. I'm not even looking at it as like the Six of Wands. I saw this word here. You're not gonna see it, right? Of course not. Recognition. Like, I'm not even getting it as like your typical Six of Wands energy right now. It's more like I'm talking about what I'm talking about, and I'm picking up on the vibe that I'm picking up on, and Spirit is like, nah, we're not even reading that the way that you're meant to read that. Recognize that health is wealth. And this is a time right now to recognize things that you need to work on when it comes to your physical vessel. What the fuck is going on here? And yep. Yep, I had a colonoscopy, like maybe a couple of years ago. Oh, that was like a terrible experience. My God. That was so terrible. Oh my God. That solution that you have to drink to do it. Oh, it was absolutely terrible. But thankfully, everything was okay. But it's like, oh man. Like, I have IBS or whatever, and no, oversharing like I always do, but like I was, there's blood in my stool. Um, and they were concerned about that. They're like, whoa, there's blood in your stool? And I explained how much. They were like, that's a lot of blood. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, I'm not on my period or anything, so it's not from that. And they're like, ooh, okay, well, if it's that much blood, we probably should look into that, huh? And I was like, yep, we probably should. And yep, so we scheduled one, and thankfully everything went fine. They said, like, it's just, it's one of those things where, like, sometimes when you have a really bad flare up, it could just be like certain things that you eat, like if you ate something spicy or anything like that, it could cause like a little bit of like uh, inflammation and scarring and stuff in the bowel, and that could have led to the bleeding. So they were like, just be mindful of what you intake in terms of your food and things like that, but everything else overall looks good, and monitor your stress levels. Go figure, right? So that's what they told me, and I'm like, okay, cool. Thankfully, like I said, they didn't see anything wrong, but it's like, yeah, we have to recognize within ourselves and fight for yourself. Again, I'm reading this very intuitively at this point. Like, this is not, I'm not reading it like just like their typical, oh, this is what this card means. Like, I'm reading it as, I know what the actual meaning of the card means, but based on what we're seeing here, I'm going to read it like that. They're like, if there's ever a chance where a doctor is telling you, like, you know, oh no, everything's fine, and something feels off about yourself and about your body, honor that. Fight for yourself, because there could be something underlying that, they don't see. I'm also getting, don't fight against yourself when it comes to, making appointments and stuff like that. Especially when something doesn't feel right. Maybe there's like fears or anxieties or something about going to the doctor. Especially if you come from that background, like in your family and stuff. I heard family history. Like, like there's certain things in your family history, and it makes you like wary about going to the doctor. You gotta do what you gotta do. Like, yeah, you don't want to hear bad news and things like that, but at the same time, you have to do what's necessary for your health. Get something like that. Let me know if that resonates for any of you. Yeah, definitely female energy with this Ace of Cups. Is the womb for a lot of you. You definitely are going to have to go look into that. Again, reading intuitively. All right, let's get like 2 more from here. This is a very interesting reading. I don't think I've ever really done a reading like this. Um, didn't necessarily know where it's gonna go to begin with, but very different than what I was expecting. I will say that. Yeah, so we definitely have this energy of planning. So maybe setting up your appointments with this Three of Wands. And some of your appointments might be a little bit drawn out. So I am getting a couple messages with that. I'm getting one is, you know, one, plan them. And two, yes, they might be a little bit drawn out in terms of like in the future, but just be patient. But in other cases, if it feels like it's something that's very urgent, fight for yourself and say, look, and advocate for yourself, look, and be like, look, I need that appointment now. I can't wait. I need this appointment. Especially when it comes to like testing and stuff like that. I need my appointment. I need it now. Yeah. The Chariot. Fast moving energy. Like, I need that. You can't keep playing in my face. Like, I get that, like, yeah, because it's going to cause you a bunch of anxiety and shit. And that's what we don't want, right? We don't want you guys overthinking it and being in your head. Like, sometimes you just need things to happen quickly. Yeah. Especially for those of you who are dealing with stuff when it comes to your your womb. That's what I'm getting. Let's get one more from here, Spirit. Maybe two. Let's do 2 more from here. What we got here? The Star. It came out in the reverse. Yeah. I am getting this energy of don't like dwell too much on like the negatives. It's one of those things like if you're, especially like if like you're waiting for results or you have to do a test or anything of that nature, like, you know, waiting on test results is always like so daunting. It's like, right, Rand, you agree? It's very daunting. It's a task that nobody wants to be faced with. And it's like, you're just like, I don't know what they're going to tell me. And you might be just really fearful and scared. But you might actually receive some good news. Ace of Pentacles here. And that's what we always want, right? Temperance, peace and harmony and balance. So I am getting that, while you might be feeling very, very, apprehensive about some of this stuff, I heard the word early detection. So there could be things that, like, if you work on these things early, whatever those things might be. I did hear gingivitis as well. If you're having issues with like your teeth, your gums, the earlier that you catch this stuff, the better, instead of waiting. You might already be having like symptoms of certain things. The earlier that you, and that whatever this is, the earlier you get these things taken care of, the better your prognosis will be in the long run. So if you're waiting and waiting and waiting, naturally that's not doing anything for you or anyone else, right? So look into it sooner rather than later. But yeah, yep, Blessings is saying it. Her husband hates going to the doctor, hates going to the dentist. Yep. And thank God they weren't. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, early detection. That's what I was just picking up on, But it is your choice. With that 2 of Wands there. One more from your Spirit. I feel drawn to one more. Yeah, you have to be able to, make those choices. Yeah, holding back crack ain't gonna help you. I'm telling you. If it's because of money, I get it. But if you have insurance and stuff like that, don't worry about it. Let the insurance work with you and cover it. And there's so many programs and stuff nowadays where like even if you don't have insurance, like you gotta still do what you gotta do. Just saying. Yeah. For some of you guys, like this is stuff that stems so far back. Childhood, like whether it's like the health aspect in of itself or just like watching like your own relatives like doing the whole like, oh yeah, I don't have to go to the doctor, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that. Man, listen, you can't let that shit dictate nothing no more. You gotta close that shit out with the world card here on the top. Yeah, close it out. Yep. Conflict. It's like, it's the old school versus the new school throat chakra. It's like, listen, y'all starting to realize the way that the old school is doing shit, no, it don't work here in this day and age. We can't do it no more. 5115 when I looked up, like, you can't do that anymore. We cannot do that anymore. Mental health, go to the fucking therapist. Putting things off on hold when you know you got all these symptoms and shit, put that shit to rest too. Or else you're gonna be laying in the fucking ground somewhere. Like, no, we're not doing that anymore. Fuck that. For what? For who? And yes, insurance and all this stuff definitely plays a factor, right? We're not gonna sit here and lie to ourselves. But it's like, are you doing it out of a sense of pride and or fear, like not going to the doctor and stuff like that, or is it for stuff like something practical, like not having insurance? Like that's understandable, I guess. But like even then, like there are so many freaking things that can be looked into if you just allow it to happen. And then there are programs that will, in pretty much every state at this point, that will help you. Just gotta do some research. Do some research because you can't be in this energy, man. Stop lying to yourself. They're like, oh, I'm in all this pain, everything hurts, but no, everything's fine. No, I'm not even gonna shuffle. I'm just gonna go like like a full shuffle. I mean, like, nah. Just get like maybe 3 from here, spirit, for the collective. Like, nah, we can't do that anymore, dog. Like, we can't. And I say we because I do the same shit. Like, I be ignoring shit all the time. I'm like, nah, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And then I go to the doctor and they're like, bitch. They'll actually say that. They're like, bitch, why'd you wait so long? And I'm like, I thought it was okay. I could handle the pain. I got it. And it's like, they're like, no, you don't got it. Like, you are already predisposed to all these different things. Why would you wait to get this looked at? And this is different things for different people, right? Like I said, it can be dental stuff. It can be, I strongly heard lupus, and there were some confirmations in the comments. The womb kind of stuff, for those of you with woman health stuff going on. And for the men, I did just pick up on this. I did just pick up on prostate. So, and testicular. Look into that too if you're a male. Especially as you're getting older. Approaching your 40s or in your 40s and older. Excuse me. Things to look at. Things to look into. And so on and so forth. So this is definitely about health. Time to take better care of ourselves. Especially as we get older. As far as the last thing I was diagnosed with, I have gout. And it is confirmed that I need to, because I had more blood work done, I have to, I'm going to have to start like a pill or whatever, a regimen to lower my uric acid levels, because for whatever reason, the way that my kidneys function, they don't process uric acid the right way. So it either sits there or it doesn't release it the way it's meant to. And here we are. Usually that's something that happens to people like way older than me. I'm only 40. I'm gonna be 41 this year, but usually it's like for older people. But apparently, I also have a predisposition to it because my mom has it. So there you go. And that's why, again, paying attention to these things are very, very important. So, like, the good thing is now I know what a gout flare up feels like. It's fucking terrible, I'm telling you. If you ever had a baby, I honestly think having a baby is better. It's less time, you know what I mean? A gout flare could last for, like, days at a time, A baby, it's like, okay, you're in labor for like a day or whatever. Like, okay, great, done. Nope. A gout flare up, if you don't have the medication for it, oh man. As soon as you feel anything touch your foot or wherever your gout flare up is, for me, it's in my big toe on my right foot. Any graze of anything going across your foot, like even going like this, it feels like needles. Fucking hurts. Not cool. Oops. Fucking hurts. No, thank you. That was me. I kicked it over a little bit, but yeah, no fun. No, thank you. So, I have to be just cautious of things like alcohol intake. I also have to be cautious of like red meat and stuff like that, which counts like pork, lamb, all the things I like, basically. Um, Fucking sucks. So I'm like, like I can't even have a beer. It's not that I can't have it. It's just moderation. Everything's moderation. So it's like, yeah. But then I also know that there's other things I have to look into because I'm getting older. And, my doctor keeps telling me every time I go, they're like, oh, you need to, get what's with that. And I'm like, okay, I guess I do have to, right? Doesn't necessarily run in the family per se, but my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, she had a double mastectomy. So, while it might not necessarily be hereditary per se for me, thankfully, it would still be in my best interest to get that looked into. So some of you might resonate with that. Get the girlies looked at if you're in your 40s. Right, Randy Ran? What do you think? Yeah, you agree? Um, yeah. Life, right? Life be life, and we just have to roll with the punches and just make sure we're doing what we have to do to take care of ourselves. That seems a little bit more specific because this has nothing to do with what we were just talking about, but somebody needs to hear this. All right, so we have here late night feelings. What? Somebody who's thinking about them, or they're thinking about somebody. I think of you after dark, as I'm doing tarot after dark. Emotions feel stronger at night. Clarity fades when morning comes. So there could be somebody having late night thoughts about you, or you could be having late night thoughts about somebody else. Tell me if that resonates at all. Ran, leave the cord alone, please, and thank you. So the bottom here. Not this again. That's literally what it says. I'm not making it up. Stop it. It says the same drama returns. You're tired because it's familiar. This time you see it clearly. Here on the bottom. So I'm not sure if it's saying like you recognize your own patterns or something like that, your own feelings, or recognizing like, let's say if somebody's hitting you up late night, you've been through this kind of pattern already and you're like, yeah, nah, I'm good, no thank you, I see what this is. Stop people pleasing. Their comfort is not your responsibility. You are allowed to disappoint people. Your truth deserves space. So maybe you're like shutting that shit down, all the way down. You're like, yeah, no, we're not playing that game. They miss you. Oh my god, it's so weird. I didn't know where this was gonna go, but everything else is about health and stuff like that, and now they're like, oh wait, now we're gonna bring this shit to you too. They miss you. Someone is thinking about you deeply. Memories replay vividly. Their heart hasn't moved on. What the heck is this bullshit? I say bullshit because it's like, man, we were on a roll, and of course we gotta get some past person or whatever trying to come in and infiltrate the reading. It always happens, right? It fucking fails. It's like, bro, Rand, don't start. throat chakra. It's like they have something that they want to say, they haven't said it. All these cards want to keep on trying to come out in big bulks, like not taking 10 cards at a time, bro. No thanks. What's this? Choose a softer life. Interesting. Peace over pressure, gentleness over chaos. Your life can feel lighter. So just being in a life exactly. Ren is a piece of work, isn't she? Um, but yes, like we're trying to move on, right? Sail away, sail away, sail away. Like we're trying to be in a more peaceful place in our lives. Ren is saying, yeah, exactly, mom. And she's doing her nonsense. I almost thought she went outside because I heard a cat crying. I was like, what the fuck? And why does it sound so like far away? And it wasn't her. But I thought it was. I'm like, is she outside? Because I swear to God, if she would have went outside, because she did attempt it a couple of times. She ran past the door and nobody saw her. But she was in the hallway. I'm like, if this little bitch fucking like outside, I'm like, yo, nigga. There are those alley stray fucking cats. They're gonna fucking rape you, and then you're gonna get pregnant, and then I'm gonna have to deal with these babies. I already told you since the time you were a baby yourself. I told her. I told Ren, my cat. I said, Ren, I ain't raising no babies. I told that to your brother, and I'm telling it to you. I ain't raising no babies. I'm dead ass though, man. Come on, man. First off, you're 10 years old. You want to be on goddamn babies. Yeah, exactly. Geriatric. Just like me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What are you in cat years? What are you? Old. You don't need to be thinking about no dick. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm talking about you. She's probably like, damn, putting all my business out there, mom. Yep, I sure enough am. We ain't about to be a thotty yaddy out there in those streets. There's a reason why I gave you the middle name Allie. That remember when you went outside? Remember? Yeah, you remember, don't you? When you were little, you were like 2 years old, and you decided you want to go out be a little alley cat, and then was crying at the door. Mm-hmm. You sure enough did. She sure enough did. I'm telling on her. I sure enough am. Her little butt wanted to go outside, being all fast and shit when she was in heat, and she was like about 2 years old. Mm-hmm. And then she wanted to come back in real fucking fast. She was like, okay, mom, this is not the life for me. So I gave her the middle name Allie. So her name is Ren Allie Fernandez. That's the name I gave her. I'm dead ass. Yes, I gave her a whole middle name, Allie. Because I'm like, you are not an alley cat, but you was acting like when we went out there. And when I say Allie, I'm not talking about like, Alejandra or some shit like that. Nope. No. We're talking about Allie. The word Allie. Because she was being a little street, little fucking whore. I'm just joking. Let me stop doing so much. Alright. That was fun. And that was funny. But yes. Stop overgiving, motherfuckers. Look, bitch. No, I'm just joking. Overgiving. You do too much for everybody else. Time to focus on you. Okay? I don't have to read the cards anymore. Like, come on now. Worried about everybody else and their opinions and shit. Fuck that. Did Ren think about when she went outside and then I gave her the middle name of Allie? Oh, she didn't think about that. She just went outside. She did her own thing. She regretted the shit, but she did her own thing. She wasn't worried about what her mother thought about her. She just did her own thing. If she would have came back home knocked up, guess what? She would have been fine, right? In her mind, right? It is what it is. Live your life. But just, don't be living for other people. Just make good choices. There you go. I almost hope my dad watches this video later. Because he's going to be like, oh my god, Noop is my nickname. I've told you guys that on here before. And since I was a baby, I have no idea what it means or anything. It's just been Noop my whole life. And it's like, you know, whatever. You know, we rock with it. That's my nickname, whatever. And it's just so hilarious because it's like, you know, Noop. Oh, you're fucking hilarious. I'm like, I know. I got it from you, Dad. Oh, Noop, good one on that one. Like I'm like, yeah, got it from you. Like my mom, her sense of humor is very sharp, but dry. She has like dry humor. My dad is like more like slapstick, like Jim Carrey, like those kind of people kind of humor, like really out there and just like over the top a little bit. So it's kind of funny how they, I don't know how they even came together, but like they did. They made 3 kids, but yeah, those two, man, they're something. So I'm like a mix of the two of them, like a little bit of dry humor where people have to be like, what did she just? Oh, I got it now, you know. And then my dad is like just out there with it, and it's like, you know, so it might be a little too much for some, and for others it's just enough. So it just depends on your sense of humor. So we do a little bit of that on here. Thanks, Dad. But yeah, we have stop lying to yourself here again. Wow, this was an interesting reading. Again, I didn't know where it was gonna go. Reality check though. Might check 1 2 1 2. Some of you guys might like old school hip hop. Let me know if that resonates at all in the comments. When I say old school, I mean like like 80s, um, early 90s type shit. The truth appears whether you want it to or not. Intuition was always right, and it's time for you to face what's real. What are you doing, man? Yeah. Kasani. Hi, Kasani. How are you? Yeah, emotional detox. Gotta let go of some of your old emotions and shit. Gotta let it go. Confirmation on that one. How it felt. Ryan looked at me like, fell right on her head. If you would stayed up here, that wouldn't have happened, Ryan. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, align with your truth, man. Have fun, be you. That's what I'm getting. I think Spirit is like, you know, there's an emphasis on obviously like the stuff we were talking about. I think they're trying to, remember I jokingly said, I hope they add a little bit of comedic relief, and now I'm getting like Jim Carrey and stuff all of a sudden. And it's like, yeah, it's just like that sharp wit and stuff like that, you know. It's okay to have fun. You know, live your life, have a good time. You know, you don't have to stay, you know, stoic all the time and stuffy. I heard the word stuffy. Like, don't be stuffy. You know what I mean? Like, just do you, and it's okay. Live your life. I'm getting like, and I think Lati, if you're still here, I believe you channeled that in your reading the other day. Take your time, young man. There's no need to rush. Take it in your stride. Live your life. Live your life. I forgot the name of the artist and I forgot the name of the song, but yeah, I do remember you channeling that song the other day in one of your readings, and now I'm hearing it right now. Yeah, just live your life, have fun. Yeah, he does have big teeth. Alrighty then. Oh man, I love him. One of my favorite movies ever is Liar Liar. One of my favorites. Kicking my own ass. Do you mind? Like I oh my god, that movie. I just love that movie. Like I love him. I love him in that movie. And we were talking about she's still here, yay. We were talking about in Living Color the other day too, right? Yeah. Oh man, he's so cool. So again, you know, just have fun, man. Yeah, Bruce Almighty is another good one. Like I said, I love me some Jim Carrey. I remember when I started putting Mikey onto my son onto a bunch of Jim Carrey stuff, including the skits from In Living Color. Like, because my son is very animated all the time. That's another good one. Me, myself, and Irene. That's another good one. Um, like I was putting him onto a bunch of stuff. Cable Man, all that stuff, or the Cable Guy rather, the Cable Guy, all these different movies. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Like I was putting him onto all these different things, and because my son is like very animated, just like my dad. They're so much alike. It really skipped a generation because like I know like I seem like I'm like really like animated on here, but in like regular everyday like regular life, like I'm like very like toned down. You know, you guys give me like the audience to be able to do this. Let's put it that way. So you know, you guys give me a little bit of that like confidence and stuff to be able to be like a little bit more out there in here, but like in my everyday world, I'm very like toned down, big time. Nothing like this. And I have my moments like with certain people who I'm comfortable with. So like for instance at work, like in my classroom, like I say some off the wall shit. Sometimes they be like, "Yo, you're fucking crazy," and they love it. Like they, you know, they think it's like hilarious sometimes, and I'm just like, I love you guys too. I think it's so funny how like you know like my sense of humor and stuff like they're like yeah she's bonkers but we need that, you know what I mean, to do what we do, getting beat up all the time by our students. We love our kids, you know what I mean, but it's a lot every day, you know what I mean. So when we're able to like just have that moment to like debrief and just laugh and enjoy the rest of the day and stuff and make each other laugh, like that's so important. And that's so important with you know our work environments and things like that, right? Being able to just be like, you know what, we just need a laugh. You know, I like to try to add a little bit of humor sometimes, but like I said, I'm very very toned down, just like you know, on a regular basis. Like, but people who are close to me, they're like, "Yo, you're fucking nuts," and I'm just like, oh, "Thanks, Dad." But I'm also able to be kind of like my mom, a little more like monotone, and you know. So some of us like benefit from this like being a little bit more just out there with our sense of humor and picking up on something like that, again having fun, right? You know, yeah, living our lives and just having a good, you know, open up, right? Open up, have fun. I'm getting somebody might really want to go to like a comedy club or something. Some of you guys even might want to do like sketch comedy, like reels and stuff and shorts and stuff like that. Let me know if that resonates with any of you in the comments. I am picking up on that for somebody. And if that is something that you're interested in and want to do it. Go for it. You said I got my grandpa's musical side. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I do love singing, but I do it for fun. Like I'm not a serious singer at all. To be honest with you guys. And I did talk about this on here a while back, but I was telling you guys like how at this point we're just chilling, guys. Like if you want to stay, you stay. If you know, it's fine. The reading is practically done. So if you got your message, perfectly understandable. No worries. You don't have to stay anymore if you don't want to. But like yeah, I used to hide my singing abilities from my family because I didn't think I was good enough. And I know how hard my dad is when it comes to that type of talent. So like I remember when I was like, "Oh, Dad, I want to learn how to play guitar. I want to learn how to play drums." So I know how to play a little bit, not great at all, but I you know I could do a few things. You know, I know a basic 8 count and stuff, and a few little little flair here and there, but like not that great on the drums or anything like that. My brother, killer, but me, not so much. It took me a while to really get even the basic 8 count down, and like when I finally did it, I remember my dad was upstairs in his bedroom. It was like right before I was supposed to go to school, and I just like got in the I was practicing, and I was like I was doing my thing and blah blah blah. He thought it was my little brother who was playing, right? And when he came downstairs and he saw it was me, he was so happy. He was like, oh, "You did it! You got it, Noob! You got it! You got it!" Like, he was so animated. He was so happy. But like, I still didn't feel that great about it because like he didn't even think it was me. He thought it was my brother. I'm like, damn, I'm really not that great. Like he was happy about it, right? But I'm like, uh, okay. um, you said your daughters asked if you were fun when you're, aw, yeah. The way they worded it was kind of not nice. If you were fun when you were younger, I'm sure you're fun now, and you probably were fun then too. Yeah, I say that sometimes. I'm like, I'm not as fun as I used to be. People are like, what are you talking about? You're so cool. And I'm like, am I? I'm like, I don't feel like I'm that cool either. But you know what it is? It's like Betty, I don't know how old you are. You don't have to disclose that if you don't want to. But I think like as we're getting older and we have kids and stuff like that, like, our mojo kind of, over time, and it's okay, right? Like over time, we become serious, right? We're like, we're trying to raise our kids. We're trying to, we're trying to keep them on the straight and narrow path and things like that. And it's like, because of that, we kind of lose our mojo, if that makes any sense. And then our kids think like we're so like, oh, wow. So I think this is just my opinion. Like sometimes it's nice to like figure out things that we can do with our kids that is fun. And I definitely said that wrong. Things that are fun. I had to correct myself. I'm like, I promise you, I know proper English. When I'm being gangster, whatever, that's fine. But yeah, other times if I'm feeling serious, I gotta make sure I fix my grammar. Um, but yes, things that are fun that we can do with our kids, so that they can recognize, my mom or my dad, whatever, they're actually mad fucking cool. I enjoy this. You know what I mean? Because we do kind of lose sense of who we are as parents, and we forget that we were super cool at one point. Throat chakra. Like we forget how cool we were, like, and it's like, come on, man, like let's figure it out. Let's have fun. Lati said what? This guy is funny and we laughed a lot, but very low effort in dating. I cut him off. Is that who you were talking about when you were reading the other night, where you were like, I was like, maybe we could be friends. He was like, not even friends. I was like, oh damn, not even friends. Damn, not even. Um, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. If you know, you know, right? But yeah. So like for instance, me and my son, he's 19 now, but like when he was younger, since he was, and I was a relatively young parent. I had my son when I was 21. Um, I say relatively because some people consider that young. Like my family, they were like, "Bitch, you had a baby, or you're having a baby." Like I was so scared to tell my grandmother and my dad. I was like, "Oh God, they're gonna disown me. It was gonna be so bad." And it was fine, but like I didn't even tell them until I was like 6 or 7 months pregnant because I was embarrassed. I thought they were gonna judge me. I thought they were gonna be mad at me. I'm not in college anymore. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, all these different things. But no, it went a lot better than I expected. But nonetheless, like, I was relatively young, so like when I had my son, I was always like kind of like the cool mom. It's just it worked out in my favor in a way because like you know even like now, like when me and his dad go to events and stuff, they're like, "Oh, are you guys like the aunt or uncle, or you guys like his older sister or brother?" Like, no, that's our son. They're like, and they're like way older than us. Some of them sometimes like in their 50s and shit. And they're just like, what? And they look at us, especially when Mikey was little. Like they're looking at us because at that point, we're only in our 20s and 30s. And they're like, a kid that's doing all this stuff, they're like, no fucking way. So it's like, we were on the younger, cusp of, being parents. Let's put it that way. And I say all that to say that, I was able to like learn how to just kind of meet him where he was, if that makes any sense. You know, meet him where he was. Like, oh, so this is what the kids are doing at that age. I mean, once you get older, and they get older, it doesn't always work out like that. But like when they're little, you can kind of get in the groove a little bit and kind of just go with it. And then I know some people don't agree with this way of being a parent, but my son and I were able to be friends. So he was able to talk to me like his friends for a little bit. But he also knew there was that boundary, and if he ever got that boundary a little bit twisted, I had to put him in his place. But he understood. He's like, oh, okay, mom is like mad cool. Dad is pretty cool, especially mom. Just saying. Sorry, Jeffrey. But yeah, we had that relationship where we were like friends. Um, Now, granted, again, when they get to a certain age, it's kind of harder to do that. Just be honest. But I think I kept that up with him for a good portion of time, and even now, like there's times where he makes fun of me though, like if I don't know like some slang or something, I'm like, what does such and such mean? He's like, oh mom, come on, you're getting old, and I'm like, fuck you, like, yeah, I am getting old. Explain it to me. He's like, oh, it means such and such. I'm like, whatever. That generational gap, it will kick in, but doesn't mean you're not cool, right? For the parents out there, Spirit, I guess, wanted me to go with that message. If you feel like you're not cool, you're fucking cool, okay? You are still cool. And guess what? Guess what? It's okay. You're still freaking cool. And it's just about, it's like how you spice things up in your romantic relationship. You know, gotta be, gotta be cool. You just like, do a little research about what they listen to and stuff like that, and try to meet them where they are. Now, granted, I will say I'm also lucky in the sense of my son doesn't like any of the modern music, so me and him are able to, and this is one of the things we used to do. We used to be able to like listen to vinyls together, and we still do. Where it's like, you know, that's what separates us too. It's like we, from like the typical, parental slash child relationships versus everybody else, we have some of the same, hobbies. So, we collect vinyls together. That was one of our things. We used to do that for a long time. And I miss my baby because I want to do that again. But, he's not here. He's down south now. But, yeah, that's one of the things we used to do. We would collect, a vinyl, like I think it was like every week or 2 weeks. So we're collecting, 2 to 4 vinyls per month, and we would dissect the material. We would just sit there, and we called it what we called our hippie night. Um, yeah, we called it our hippie night, and we would have the little lava light lamp going, and like the light very similar to this, and we're just sitting there and we're listening, and we're like grooving to the music, and we're just like, oh man, you hear the panning on that? Oh man, Jimmy was on some shit on that one. Oh man, oh damn, wait, did you hear Paul's vocals on that though? Oh man, Helter Skelter's some real fucking killer shit, man. Okay, yeah, like we're just like vibing, you know what I mean? Um, yeah, like that was like the type of thing we do. We still do that. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm getting. Like, I know, like I'm talking too much, like I always do, but I do hope that you guys are at least getting something out of this, and you're vibing, right? It's tarot after dark. We're just having fun at this point. We cried a little bit earlier. Now we're just chilling, right? So it's like, yeah, man, the mamas and papas out there. Some of you guys might like the mamas and the papas. That's a band. Um, Man, listen, I'm feeling real, real groovy right now. Before I go to sleep, I might have to listen to some Hendrix or Beatles or something, man. I feel real good. I did not have any weed today, but I wish I did. Sheesh. Somebody, either smoked a little while ago or they want to. I feel like real good right now. And I like it. I like this feeling. So maybe that's what y'all need to do. Like just, hang out with your kid and just be like, man, I love it. I love this this energy with my child right now. My children right now. Like just groovy, chilling. I like it. I like it a lot. Do something with your kid that suits you and your relationship with your kid. That's what I'm picking up on. Or your kids. And it's gonna be different things. Some people I'm getting this too, video games. Some some people might resonate with the idea of playing video games with their kid. Um I am not good at video games anymore. And if I am good at any video games, it's usually like Nintendo, SNES, or sorry, Super Nintendo, whatever. Um, Sega Genesis, maybe a little bit of PlayStation and PlayStation 2. But after that, I'm like, oof, there's too many buttons and commands for me. I'm like, oh man. But yeah, something like, there we go, see? MJ Experience, Rock Band, yeah, like fun video games and stuff. And get something like that. Whatever, works for your relationship with your kids. Meet them where they are, you know, and think about what you like and what you guys like collectively. Certain types of movies, like you could do movie nights together. It sounds so lame, I know. Like, oh, we're doing a movie night. But the thing is, it's like, it's something that's really fun. If you're trying to, like, re-engage with your kids and stuff, yeah, find shows. Let them be the one to choose. Like, hey, choose a movie on Netflix or whatever. Choose a show. What kind of shows do you like? You know what I mean? Oh, you like supernatural shit? Cool. Let's do that together. And meet them wherever they are. I'm getting something like that. I think I also am just missing my baby. I really do miss him. We talk all the time. We talk pretty much almost every day. But like, whether it's like actually physically speaking on the phone or just sending each other like funny, memes and things like that and videos that we find on like Instagram. Yeah. Something about the parental thing. Yeah. You are cool. Don't forget it, okay? Yeah, reflect on that a little bit. We did a lot of reflection just now for probably almost a half hour. Like, reflect. You are cool. There's nothing wrong. Professional assistance. Some of you guys might actually benefit from like maybe like family counseling, especially if your kids are like still kind of like in the household, younger kids. Um, Looking into that, see what they have to suggest. Um, but again, like my recommendation, think of things that you guys equally enjoy, and then do it together. Yeah, as you work on that healing, right? Heal that bond. Very interesting. Yeah, see, spirit will guide us in some really weird directions sometimes. We were crying earlier. We're not going to cry now. I think we're in a good place. But it's just us reflecting. And I'm getting parents, right? We're parents. We just want to make sure that we're being the best parents we can be and, maintain our, relationship with our children, speak our truth. Like, shh, Brandon's agreeing, I guess. But like, speak our truth, man. Have fun. Tell your kids, hey, I really want to work on our relationship. And they may be a little bit weird about it. Like, Mom, really? Oh, Dad, really? Like, I could hear the kids saying that. I just can hear it. Like, things are fine. What are you talking about? But it'll allow you to kind of rise above whatever, situations y'all might be going through. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, trusting yourself. Trusting your ability to work on this relationship. There's a big reason why all of a sudden kids came up into this. Listen. listen to each other, right? You're speaking, they need to listen, and vice versa. Use your voice. So some of you guys might be feeling a little bit out of touch with your kids if you're a parent. And if you're not a parent, it could be you with your own parent. Let me know if that resonates at all. Maybe you want to build some closer bond with your own parent. Let me know if that resonates. That's for somebody. Authenticity. Keep real, man. Real deal Holyfield over here. I don't know why I just picked up on this. I don't know if any of you guys used to watch like boxing or something with your own parents. Like your dad or something like that. Or used to like do it together. Maybe you have a parental figure. I'm getting a father who used to box. Or did like martial arts. I'm picking up on that too for some reason. Let me know if that resonates at all. Yeah. Practice forgiveness. Whether it's, you know, you with your own kids or you with your own parents, so on and so forth. It's going to look different for everybody. But yeah, that is a choice. It's a choice. You know, to be able to say, I forget. And be authentic and real about it at the same time. Throat chakra. Patience. Practice patience with each other. 2 more from here, Spirit, before we close out this reading. Wow. This went in all kind of different directions, didn't it? I didn't know what this was going to be about. I thought it was going to be your typical, like, oh, you know, your ex is trying to come back. I honestly thought it was going to be something like that. And here we are, we were crying and shit earlier. I'm just like, what the hell? We had, you know, people trying to communicate from beyond the grave. All kind of shit was going on. Oh my God. Listen. Follow your passion here on the bottom. Release judgment. Yeah. We can't judge people anymore. And we don't want people judging us either, right? Yeah, let go of any shame. Let go of the shame, embarrassment, guilt, any of that stuff. Yeah. Be courageous. One more from your spirit. I do feel drawn to pull from a couple more decks, so if you guys give me a moment to go grab them decks, I will turn off the camera. Y'all need to see all my chocolate chip, as my mom would say. You don't need to see all my chocolate chip, as she used to say. I'm like, oh my God, Mom. As she walks through the whole house thinking, if you don't want to see me, then don't look. That's what she used to say. If you don't want to see me, don't look. Don't be looking at my chocolate chip. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, goodness. Good night, Lottie. I love you, sis. I love you. Check my girl out, guys. Lottie from Tears and We Tarot Show. Appreciate you for popping in. Ooh, damn. We got, what, 3 cards? Okay. We got 3 cards that came out together. We have Discovery. The little cat on there. Curiosity is what I'm getting to. Study. Yeah, like, yeah, exactly. It really kind of does go right into what I just said, right? Like, you know, understanding our kids. You know, we have to release the things that we know a little bit. Because, like, in order to heal the relationship, because, like, you know, we're so caught up in, you know, the things that we're used to and that we know, and vice versa. So it's like, sometimes, again, gotta meet in the middle a little bit. Yeah. Unfortunately, we are obligated to our children, right? And they're gonna have to just, you know, understand shit for what it is, too. You take the higher road and just understand, okay, well, I love my kid or my kids, and I have to try to meet them where they are to rebuild the relationship, expand. And it does allow for you to, you know, come together right now, over me. Depends on what version you want to sing. We could do the Beatles or we could do Michael Jackson. Which one is it? But yes, I do feel inclined though to read from two more decks. I'm gonna go grab them. So just give me a second, my friends. My lovies. And I'll be right back. Literally, like, no longer than 30 seconds. All right, sorry guys. All right, I'm back. So it took a little longer to get to the decks than I expected because one of the decks was like trying to hide from me. I'm like, where the hell is it? But no, I found it. All right, so I'm gonna pull just a few cards from here, maybe like 3 to 4 cards from here. The ancestor deck, because we were picking up on like a past on loved one kind of energy, possibly like a maternal figure for someone. Um, it showed up very, very heavy in the beginning of the reading. Excuse me. It could be anyone, but definitely strong on like a female energy. So it's split the deck here. We have She Wolf. It says unleash the wild within, along with Autumn. Um, Release the old and rest. You guys need to take care of yourselves. And the ancestor is telling me that very clearly. And it's definitely a female energy. Some of you guys might have indigenous blood. Let me know if that resonates at all. But yeah, it's kind of let loose a little bit too. Aside from just releasing and taking care of yourself, like just have fun, right? I picked up on that earlier. Have fun. Betty Boop is asking blessings if she's Lati's daughter. No, that's a that's a different blessings. But isn't that funny though? How things come full circle like that. I love that because it's like every time she mentions her daughter blessings, I think about blessings too. Um, but yeah, so yeah, blessings has her own little tribe going and her whole family. But it's so crazy, right? Like, what are the odds that they have the same name? Blessing within itself, if you ask me. Love it. And such a beautiful name on top of that. Love that. All right, do a couple more shuffles, and then we're gonna just pull maybe 3 cards from here, from your ancestors, and of course take the messages as they resonate and leave the rest behind. See what Spirit has to say. Bottom of the deck we have Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. So definitely confirmation about that female energy, right? I was picking up on that with this card. That was just something I picked up on. It doesn't actually say that, but then we had this card that came up too, the cosmic womb energy. So like definitely just giving, and that was in the beginning of the reading. I was picking up on female energy. So we're getting some confirmation that there is this maternal figure, whether it's like a grandmother or just a woman in general, aunt, something like that. Getting more like a grandmother or something like that, or a mother. Um, Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. All of a sudden, my throat chakra is acting so weird. Yeah, they want you guys to fix this. You guys are not. You guys are not doing a good job with it. I think that's why it's coming out like this. Let me see if I can find it. Of course, it's not gonna come. It's not gonna be here when I need it. But we had a lot of energy of just not physically taking care of yourselves. Oh, Dahlia, that's a pretty name. I don't think I ever knew that. Blessings, Dahlia, that's so pretty. Wow. Well, see, we learn something new every day, right? Look at that. I never knew your name was Dahlia. That's such a pretty name. At first, I thought it said Delilah. I was about to say, what? That's my girl's name, too. Her actual name. Did you really? Let's see, I gotta check my email. Because, I'm really bad with checking emails. Such a pretty name. Dahlia. Let's get free from here, Spirit. Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. So your ancestors right now are telling you, hey, guess what? You're protected. It's time to make some, make some plans. Like, remember we saw that foresight energy with that three of wands before? Plan it out. There are things that you're meant to do right now. Do it. Broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Find peace within yourself. Work on yourself. That's what I'm getting. Druid, hold space. Don't be afraid to take up space. That's what I'm getting. Yep, She-Wolf is here again. Live wild and free, man. Definitely get some hippie ass vibes for some. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Damn, I need to go to the dispensary. I keep saying that. I just haven't been able to go. I don't have a car right now, but trust me. When I get my car, they're gonna see me again on a regular basis like they did before. Because I was there like, every couple of weeks. And they recognize me every time. They're like, hey, you're getting like the pre-rolls again? I'm like, I sure enough am. How are you? They would know what I was getting and everything. They were so sweet. But I haven't been in a while. They even told me, oh, you do realize your ID, or your ID is about to expire. It's a license, but like, let's say ID. I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna expire in, a few weeks. And I got my new license or whatever, and I went back, no issues. But yeah, I haven't been back since like December. Spirit Fox, yeah, it's cunning energy. Trust your talents in changing times. With this one, I'm really getting like this energy of just like a lot of planning, right? Just like planning, doing a lot of that inner work. The fox is very clever, right? How do you take your talents and use them in a way that's very clever, right? Strategically planned. Place yourself in the situations in which you want your talents to be seen. This almost is giving me a little bit of a piggyback of the reading that I did earlier this evening for the Strawberry Moon. I'm getting something almost along those lines. You might resonate with that reading if you want to go check that out. But I really am, and I promise you it's not like just a segue. I really mean it. Like, I think you guys have some talents that need to be explored. And this is a time to plan accordingly. And your guides, your ancestors and stuff are trying to help you along the way. Air guardian, shift your perception. Yeah. Blessing set up. I gotta get my real ID or passport. Oh, that's a fucking nightmare. I hope you have all your documentation. It took forever to get my son's. He had when he came home back in July of last year. God, I can't believe that was a whole going on a year ago. That's wild as hell to me. It does not feel like it was that long. But anyway, he comes home from California, and he drops his ID, or not the ID, but the whole wallet at the fucking mall and his phone. Literally, he was home for 3 days. I was so fucking mad about that situation. And he could not get his ID because he didn't have any of his stuff. So it's like, so he doesn't have the ID itself, obviously. And California is very strict. So it wasn't like he could just be like, oh, I'm going to just type all this stuff in and I get the replacement. Nope, doesn't work like that in LA or California, whatever. Nope. It's not like Connecticut where if I lost my ID. I just ID or a passport or not a passport or a license, doesn't matter, because like they treat like a license and a an ID different for whatever reason. I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me. You literally need more credentials for a license than for an ID, but for some reason they give you a harder time with the ID than they do for the license. Makes no sense to me, but whatever. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? So we're going through this whole bullshit with them, all the stuff. And I'm just like, you're fucking kidding me, bro. I cried many times because I'm like, it's been over 3 days. Why are we going through this right now? Like, got time, I guess, because you're not traveling until, the fall at that time. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? It was bullshit, bro. And I'm just like, all the things that could go wrong went wrong. His dad, for whatever reason, love you, Jeffrey, but what the fuck were you thinking? I already kind of yelled at you about it, but whatever. So he let him come traveling with his fucking social security card in in his wallet. I'm like, why would you let him have it? He's 18 at the time. I'm like, he's 18. He just turned 18. Why would you think that's a good idea? Like, I really laid into him. He was like, I didn't think I've had mine for that long. I'm like, my mom did not let me touch that fucking social security card until I was way older. And mind you, she would let me use it or get it when I needed it, and she would be like, give it back to me. It was the same fucking social security card from the time I was born. Never lost it. This boy had that shit for all of a few weeks, basically, at that point. A couple months or whatever. Lost it. I'm just like, oh my God. Fucking nightmare. So I'm like, okay. Californians being assholes, cool, that's fine. Let's go through, how do I get his social security card? That was a whole fucking shit show too. It was just all the things, all at one time. I'm just like, yo, I can't be stressed out about this. I got no shit. It was a lot, bro. I had all my stuff going on in my own car, in my own life. I'm just like, yo, no, thank you. It was so much. Thankfully, I made it all work. He had to, like I said, he had to travel. So I'm just like, he was able to travel to, where did he go? Yeah, he was able to go to South Carolina with, like a temporary one and all that stuff, ID. But this was the fun part. I did not receive the physical. We didn't receive the physical ID. Now, mind you, this is in like November. We didn't receive the physical ID. Wanna know why? Because somebody made a mistake when they were inputting the address into the system. They didn't put the apartment number. So now we never received the fucking ID. Waiting for 3 weeks or whatever. Like, where the fuck is the fucking ID at? Good old Connecticut. freaking nightmare, bro. And then, so I had to go in there and, like, on the website or whatever, and ask for a duplicate and, you know, do an address change, which it really wasn't technically a change, just adding on something. But they gave me all this bullshit about it. They're like, oh, well, he was supposed to verify all the information, which I thought he did, but he didn't realize that they didn't put the apartment number. I'm just like, oh my fucking god. It was a fucking nightmare, guys. I was crying about this shit for months. I'm just like, everything that could go wrong is going wrong. Like, this boy has to travel because his grandparents had bought, like, you know, tickets to St. Lucia, and they had like a villa and all kind of crazy shit going on. I'm just like, bro, I just want my baby to fucking go travel with no issues. Like, why are we doing this right now? Like I said, it's back in December at this point, and I'm just like, thankfully, he was down south with his grandparents. I got it right on time. Literally, I think it was 1 or 2 days before he was about to travel, because he wouldn't have been able to. Got the ID, mailed it out, express. He received it. Whew. Talk about red tape, huh? She was a fucking nightmare. Oh my god. Yeah. Yep. Look at that. Take charge with authority. Make shit happen. Make shit happen, especially as a parent. Like, make shit happen. They're saying that too. They're like, look, take authority. Trust your instincts with animal guardian here. Some of you guys might really resonate with the idea of a love for animals. Let me know if that resonates. Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. There might be some type of talent or something like that you're able to trade, and you're not recognizing your worth. I'm getting something like that. I'm telling you, those of you who are resonating with that, you're gonna resonate with the reading I did earlier. Check it out for that strawberry moon energy. Let's get 1 or 2 more from here, Spirit. Tap into your magic, baby. Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. Yes. You have all these talents and stuff, and you're not using them, is what they're trying to say. Plan something. Utilize it. This is a very multi-layered tarot reading right now. High Priestess. Harness mystical power. Some of you guys might have, you know, your own spiritual gifts as well. Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowing. Yeah, definitely giving that for sure. It's given like Hierophant. It's given, you know, we literally have the High Priestess here. So yeah, definitely given like, you know, people who are able to help heal other people in different ways. You just have to use your gifts, your magic, whatever that looks like. If it's not spiritual gifts, I'm putting air quotes around that because I think we all have spiritual gifts. But like, if it's not like you're not a tarot reader or anything like that, and you know, you're not considering yourself like a spiritual teacher or any of that shit, like, there is still something here that you are meant to tap into. What does that look like for you? Ask yourself that question. Dream and journey. For some of you, I'm getting maybe you're into music. Only because of the drum, and we were talking about instruments earlier. It was like almost like a little bit of a segue. Some of you guys might have like musical talents that you're being called to, you know, channel a little bit. Let me know if that resonates at all. One more card from here, Spirit. And then we're going to do closing messages with the messages of closure. That will be messages directly from past on loved ones to close out this reading, because we did get such a great sense of past on loved ones showing up throughout the reading. Wow. So even though I just said, you know, you might not feel like you're like a spiritual teacher or anything like that, Spirit and your ancestors and guides and all that, they're saying you might be. The fact that that felt like that, you're like, it might be. You're ignoring it. Great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences. Along with shaman. Trust in higher forces. I am getting that you guys are meant to help other people. You're very knowledgeable. Yeah, there's an owl here. Some of you guys might like owls or see them sometimes. I'm getting somebody might have an owl as a tattoo. Let me know if that resonates or been thinking about doing that. Mirror guardian. Time. Take the time to reflect. We talked about reflection earlier too. Time to reflect on what you're being called to do in your life right now, and this is something that you're meant to do. You have an inner knowing. It's time to hone in on this gift, these gifts. Yeah. High priestess and high priestess here. High priest, intent and create in the middle of the deck here. So we have high priestess already showed up, and then now we have the high priest too. You are meant to help guide others and help people in different capacities. Some of you have spiritual gifts. Some of you guys, is more of a like, there's something that can help heal people. It's not so much like the whole like, oh, you're a psychic or something like that. Like, not necessarily that. It could show up in a different way, but it's still something that's meant to help other people. So this is time to kind of set your sight higher and reevaluate. Again, I do feel like some of you guys might resonate with the reading that I did earlier. Reevaluate your goals and how you utilize your talents and your gifts at this time. You're being called to do that. I split the deck of the messages of closure, and it says, I wish you love and happiness, along with how can I help you. So they want to help. They want you. I see I got kicked out for a second. I'm hoping that you guys didn't miss too much of that. But yes, when I split the deck of the messages of closure, it says, I wish you love and happiness here, along with how can I help you. I am picking up on something else. I'm not I'm picking up on this past unloved one that, okay, this is a couple things I'm picking up. The first thing I'm picking up on, I don't know, let me know in the comments if this is resonating, but a past unloved one who might be trying to connect right now, they could have had like Alzheimer's. Let me know in the comments. They might have repeated things a lot because they honestly didn't remember. But then they will be able to like tell you like stories of like stuff from forever, and you like just listen to the stories and kind of indulge them a little bit. I'm getting something like that. I'm also getting, if it's not like your own loved one per se, it could even be like for somebody. I'm getting somebody who might work in like a nursing home or something like that, or like what's that called? I don't like the word, and I think that's why I can't gather the word right now. Hospice. I don't like the word, because my grandmother was in hospice care, and she only lasted less than a day in there. But somebody might work in that kind of field. Let me know if that resonates. Yeah, be something like that. Like you had a grandparent or something, or a family member in hospice care, nursing home, Alzheimer's. These are the things I'm picking up on. Hip pain. Somebody might have had a loved one who like fell and broke a hip and had a hip replacement. Picking up on that too. Very specific. But yeah, so some more shuffles. Um, mm, wow, good for you, Betty. That's some. I commend you for that work. I definitely commend you for that. That's whew, that's a whole different ball game right there. Like my mom says to me all the time, she's like, "You would be really good with elderly people and stuff." I'm like, "I don't think I could do it, Mom. I don't think I could do it." Oof. See, I'm picking up on that. Okay, I like that's a different ball game of a gift. That's what I'm talking about. Gifts. You know, everybody is able to do different things. That is something I will tell you right now. I would not be able to handle that emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Nope. People who can though, whew, more power to you. I gotta bow down on that one because that's you know there there's the when we think of like for instance like the helping field, right? The helping field involves so many different things. We help people in different ways. So we have nurses and doctors and what you did, Betty. We have I'm a teacher. I work with kids with special needs, whatever. We have social workers, we have psychologists and psychiatrists, and all these different things, right? There's so many things that are meant to help people, but it's done in different capacities. It's also done in different periods in people's lives, right? NICU nurses, I just picked up on that. Somebody might have done that who ends up watching this. Somebody might have either had a baby that was in the NICU or they did that as a career, worked as a NICU nurse or doctor. Let me know in the comments. But I wouldn't be able to do either one of those things. I'm more of like a in the middle kind of person, to be honest with you. Like I'm okay with helping people where they are, and I know that we're gonna be okay. But I cannot work with little babies who might die, and I don't want to start crying on here again. Here we go. I can't work with babies who might die, and I can't work with old people who I know are gonna die. I can't do that. That's a whole different thing. I'm fine. Those are just things I can't do. I can't do it. So I'm like, when I hear like, because I have like friends and stuff who work in that field. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? I have family members who work in the field as well. And I'm just like, how do you do it? I'm like, and they're like, well, how do you get beat up every day? I'm like, it's different. Like, they're alive. Like, they're fine. You know what I mean? Like, they have their struggles too, right? My students, they have their struggles or whatever, but they're alive. And I know most of the time I'm going to see them every day. Like, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just there in that moment in their life to help them and their families, to be that transactional support, when the parents don't know what to do with their child and they're like, I don't know what to do. That's where I step in and I'm like, hey, I come up with, a sensory diet. I come up with or help develop. I'm not like the one who does all the work. I'm not gonna sit here and take all of the credit. I work with the speech therapists and things like that, and OT and all of that stuff, PT, like things that they could do at home and stuff like that. And it allows for them to have, a better sense of well-being in their life, the child and their family, their parents or whatever, when they're struggling. But again, I know I'm going to see that kid more likely than not every day for a while, for years in some cases. And for people to do what they do, like working in that field, like when you, again, you might not see them again, or you're literally helping them get to that point where it's the end, like that's a whole different thing. I can't do it. So again, I commend those who can as well. Um, we need people like you to do that, and that's a it's it sounds morbid, but it's beautiful at the same time. And what you guys do, we need that. You know, we meet people in this world. We have to meet people where they are, whatever that looks like. So, I commend you guys for doing what you do. Wow. Whew. Here we go, crying again. I was crying earlier. I thought we were, over that, but I guess not. Alright, let's get like 3 or 4 messages to close out the reading, and then that will be it. These will be messages of closure, possibly from a passed on loved one. What we got? I hope that you can forgive me. So somebody might feel like they need forgiveness from you. Maybe what I picked up on was maybe how they spoke to you. I'm getting maybe they were closed off emotionally or something like that. Let me know if this resonates at all. It's gonna be different for everybody. It could be a grandparent, it could be an aunt, an uncle, a parent, a cousin. It's gonna be different for everyone. But a friend. So just take the messages as they resonate. You'll know if it's your message based on how you feel. So use your discernment, right? It's different for everybody. But somebody wants forgiveness. Do you still feel my presence? This is somebody who wants you to feel them around. They want you to feel them. I am learning so much from you. You're doing things differently than what they did, and they're learning from you. Even as they've crossed over, they're learning from you. And still asking, do you feel my presence? Like, Ren, are you okay over there? You okay? Okay, come over here. You're fine. Come here, mama. Come. You're okay. You're okay. Are you alright? Well, I know you're okay. Are you fine, though? Did you get those spooks? You're okay, mommy. You're okay, mama. I'm right here. I think it's a little too much stuff for her coming through all at once. She was fine, and all of a sudden, yeah, you're okay, baby. It's okay. I'm right here. Yeah, she's like going like this to me. It's okay. Mommy's just doing her witchy stuff. It's okay. You're okay, mama. We have another. Yeah. I'm sorry I criticized you. Remember I was saying I was picking up on something, like maybe they said something or something like that they're like, do you forgive me for that? Like maybe their words and something like that. Yeah, she might be. You're okay, mommy. And I'm okay too. Come over here, mama. Yeah, one thing with her, she's very intuitive. It's like if I'm like crying or anything like that, she looks at me, she'll look at me like, what's wrong with my mom? she feels it. She picks up on it. Or if I'm in pain or anything like that, like if I'm sick, she knows. She's on it. my spirit animal over here. I do wholeheartedly believe that animals, pets, whatever, can be soulmates. She's been my cat for what, 10 years? Just over 10 years, right, Mama? And I got her when she was a kitten. She was the runt of her litter. She was so tiny. She's still small even now. People think she's still a kitten. I'm like, nope, she's a full grown cat. Um, but when I got her, she was really, really small. And, right? Like, she knew how to eat and stuff, but like I had to like really like teach her a lot of stuff. And then she just was like super attached to me. She wouldn't even sleep without like being next to me at one point. Like a baby. Alright, we got two cards here. We have happiness is not a betrayal of me. So they want you to be happy. You know, like whatever hiccup you might have had with this person, they don't want you to dwell on that anymore. I wasn't thinking came out with it. So again, it kind of goes back to me like to that like oh can you forgive me, like they did or said things that weren't necessarily the best, but they also want you to be happy. They don't want you to dwell upon the past. Like what's done is done. That's what I'm getting. I support your path. So whatever it is that you're doing right now in your life, they want you to continue doing that. I don't know why. Somebody might like what's her name? Nora Jones. Don't know why I didn't come. I did pick up on something. Here we go. If any of you guys like were supposed to go see this person, this could be a message directly for me, but some of you guys might resonate with it as well. If you didn't get to see a passed on loved one before they passed on, and you knew like they were in the hospital and stuff like that, or hospice care, and you missed it, you missed when it happened, like you were supposed to be there when the plug was pulled or anything like that, or you just passed on. um they're saying like what I'm getting is like don't question it. It's okay that you were not there. It's okay. I see things differently now. They're not upset with you. They're not blaming you for anything. Like, they're okay with it. I just picked up on that. Yeah. I'm with our ancestors is here. I did not expect to leave. Yeah, like it was for some it was like somewhat sudden. Like maybe even they thought they had more time than what they actually had. But, life had the Most High had a different plan, and that's okay. So don't beat yourself up. I struggled with that for a long time, because like I remember my dad. He hit me up. He was like, "Hey, Nana is she's in hospice care now." At that point, she was in the hospital for going on a month, and he's like, "Oh, she's in hospice care now. She had a stroke. It could be any moment now." I was like, "Okay, I'll go see her tomorrow." I went out with my friends, and then I got the call at like probably like maybe 1 or 2 in the morning, something like that. She passed, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, I could have saw her today or earlier at that point." I'm like, I could have saw her, and I didn't see her, and I beat myself up about it, and it didn't help the fact that like literally, a month to that day, I was in a car accident. We went into the hospital the same exact day. And yeah. Um okay. I'm okay. Um, yeah, I went to the same. I went to the hospital the same day after a car accident that she went in for cancer complications, and she was like having like really bad abdominal pain and bloating and stuff. So she goes there, and they're like, "Oh, your cancer is back." So they were draining fluid out of her stomach and all this stuff. And I'm in the hospital. I almost died in a car accident, and it was literally on the same day. So my dad is freaking out because he's like, so I got my mom in the hospital, and I have my daughter in the hospital at the same fucking time, and he's just like, y'all, I can't lose both of y'all. Like, what the fuck's happening? You know what I mean? Um, yeah. Um, yeah. So, like I said, I'm in the hospital at the same time as my grandmother, and then I came out not too bad, honestly. Like, I had a concussion, and like my this wrist is still fucked up to this day. Like, it like randomly like locks up. I'll be like, doing something, it just like goes like that. I'm like, ow. I have nerve damage in my knee, and that's pretty much it. And a scar like on my face, like at the top of like up here where you can't even see it. And I had like something on my nose too, but again, you can't see that either. Um, so I say that to say, when my grandmother was there, I would visit her and stuff. Oh, how did I forget this part? Broken ribs. Oh my god, broken ribs are fucking terrible, guys. Don't recommend at all. It was fucking terrible. um, yeah, that was some of the most excruciating pain I've ever been in my life. Between childbirth, sciatica, and apparently gout, it was like there was some of the most excruciating pain I've ever had. It was fucking terrible. I would not recommend. So yeah, I'm like hunched over and shit, visiting her in the hospital and stuff. And I healed up or whatever. And then, like I said, I went out with my friends as I was like starting to feel like better. My dad, earlier that day, he was like, "Oh, nope, I don't know how much more time is left. I'm gonna go say bye to Grandma or Nana. Don't ever call her Grandma, Nana." And I'm like, "Oh, I'll see you tomorrow." Tomorrow never came, and I dealt with that survivor's guilt for a long time because in my mind, I'm like, it should have been me. I should have died. I felt like that for a long time, years. And clearly it still affects me even now, 13 years later. But yeah, I struggled with that for a long time. She's the reason why I went back to college. She's the reason why I started my locks. Like, I'm like, this is a journey now. Like, I cut off all my hair. I was like, I'm gonna start my locks. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna make her proud. I'm gonna be a social worker. Did not do that. I'm not a social worker, but I work in special education. I'm an educator, and she was big on education. So I'm still hopefully making her proud. Yeah. So, oof, telling you, if you went through the whole like survivor's guilt kind of thing, or beating yourself up because you didn't get to see this person before they passed them, they're not upset with you. They're not upset with you. Okay. um that story came out for a reason, so keep that in mind, right? Maybe that's why she was showing up so much today. Her name came up in the reading more than once. Mary, Mary, Mary. I'm like, damn. You just. And I felt something go like this on my arm. I said it in the reading earlier. I was like, I felt her, and then my cat's acting crazy. So I know her presence is very strong right now. So some of you guys, maybe your past loved one's name is Mary or Marie, her Madi, Mariella, Trench, Marianne. Hearing a bunch of different names all of a sudden. Mm. I was uncomfortable showing emotion. That's probably why all of a sudden I'm like a ball of emotion now, huh? There's all this crying. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I haven't done all this crying in a long time. It's like I just feel so hi, baby. Yes, you're okay, mommy. I'm okay, and you're okay. Come here. She's like looking at me like, are you okay, mom? Yes, I'm fine, baby. Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you for checking on me, baby. I love you too. She's like, oh, come on, baby. Come here. You're okay, baby, and I'm okay too. Hi, mama. You're okay. I didn't know how to comfort you. This is somebody who might have been very, very stoic, is what I'm getting. Somebody who was very stoic, uncomfortable showing emotion. I didn't know how to comfort you. Like, they didn't know how to show emotion. And please don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself. I lived life through you. Interesting. I don't know if, like, there were certain goals or something that they wanted to achieve in their lifetime that they didn't, and they wanted it to be put onto you, which again goes back to what reading I did the other day. This energy of feeling like you have to do everything through somebody else, or for somebody else, I should say, but realizing you have to live for yourself. I'm getting, again, like when and I don't want to keep making this about me because that's not my intent. I'm just sharing my story. Like when I went back to school, I went back for social work. I ended up not ultimately going in that career path, but that was the intent at the time. And literally, I have almost all my credits to do it, but I just was like, this is what I want to do. So I ended up doing I was thinking of drug and alcohol counseling, which I have a certificate in, and I was applying for jobs and nothing really stuck with it. And then I started applying for different things that were still related to my degree, and that's how I ended up landing on the job that I have currently. Um, and now I work in special education. So, I started off as an aide and now I'm an assistant teacher. Um, but, I've been doing this for how many years now? 7 years. I have to think about it. I'm like, is it 6 or is it 7? 7. 7 as of this year. Yeah. We have I was wrong and I'm sorry. They have some guilt about something. And it's like, even though they're passed on, they might still sometimes feel like, damn, I could have done things different. Again, I support your path. Maybe there was something you wanted to do and they didn't support it, and now they feel guilty about not, you know, saying that they were proud of you for what you're doing or something like that. Again, please don't blame yourself. I regret the time we lost. I heard being on their high horse. That's what I just heard. Being on their high horse. Yeah. I did not expect this reading to go this long. I thought it was going to be maybe an hour, if that. Wow. We really went there tonight. It's okay if I seem far away. So they might have started to distance themselves. They might start of they might have started to distance themselves from you energetically because they just feel like you're not, you know, I'm getting like maybe they don't feel like you're receptive of their energy when they try to present themselves, but they're still around. Maybe that's why I think didn't it start with, do you still want me around or something like that? Or do you feel my presence? It was one of those cards. Yeah, look, please acknowledge me on the bottom. they want to be acknowledged, but at the same time, they also are well aware that for whatever reason that you might have, where maybe you don't want to associate with them like that, they're realizing maybe the reasoning as to why. Like it says, I don't know why that card's here again, but I think they do know why. They know, and with you all the time. And they show up in different ways. Um, it's funny because like earlier today, I just was randomly talking about like how when you're in this world, right? People who are very inclined, spiritually. We see a lot of weird shit. um, and you know, we might see things happening through. I'm actually shocked that that card didn't come out. The one that talks about there's one that says something like about like blinking lights and scents and stuff like that in that deck. So they might be showing up, and I'm picking up on that energy, even though the card didn't come out. But let me know in the comments if this resonates. Smells. You might smell like their perfume or things that they used to cook. You might even taste it sometimes if you're really like into um, your gifts, and or are very very well versed in remembering what they did, things that they did, things that are accompanied with who they were. Like for instance, I randomly will smell white diamonds. That was my that was my grandmother's scent. Um, that with a mix of cigarettes. I would smell that, and I still smell that even now. Very strongly. Um, there are times where randomly I just taste the food that she would make, like Cape Verdean rice and beans, jag. That was called jag. Jacinda. Um, I can smell it and I can taste it. Like I feel like I'm like in that kitchen or in the house. I'm like, damn, that smells good. And I know it's like her communicating with me. Touch. I said earlier, I felt her go like this to me on my arm. It's like flip flop. I'm like, oh, hi, Nana. As I pull a card at the same time that says Mary on it, I'm like, she's talking to me. And now we're doing this reading. I feel her. I feel her presence. I feel her here. I can hear her voice sometimes. As a matter of fact, probably this past week, I was like awoken out of my sleep. I heard my name like loud, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, who was that? It was a female voice. I'm like, the only person who's here is my brother, so it's not a female voice calling me, or a female calling me, but I'm like, oh shit. So some of you guys might resonate with that. Wow. What a reading, huh? First off, 2.5 fucking hours. Ooh, oxtail. That sounds so good. Yeah. And you could probably taste it, right? Exactly how she made it, especially if she had like a specific way that she made it, the smell, like all of those things, right? It hits. Ren agrees, right? What do you think? Yeah? You agree? Yeah? You're communicating with us? Yeah? Yeah, they're communicating with us, guys. Wow. Wow. That was a mouthful, huh? Yeah, I'm hungry now all of a sudden too. That was fine. Because I just ate. I had some ramen. Good one too. It's really good. With pork and stuff in it, veggies. It's really good. Spicy. But yeah, now I'm getting a little bit hungry. So now I have to figure out what I'm gonna eat before I go to sleep. I don't like to eat this late. God, it's almost 3 in the morning. No, I'm gonna just go to sleep hungry. I'm gonna drink mad water and I'll be alright. I got my water. Um, but yeah. Randy, wanna say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Hi. Wanna say hi? Wanna say hi to everybody? Hi. She's like, I don't want to be on camera today, mother. Usually she's like, yeah, I want to be on camera. It's the, it's the Aries in her, right? Because you're an Aries. Big time. She's like, yeah, I'm an Aries, so don't tell people my business. She's like, mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it, right? You're a freaking Aries, and you show it through your actions, big time. But anywho, um, yeah, my Rennie ran my baby. Um, yeah, she's not being affectionate right now. She's affectionate, but not on my terms. She's affectionate on her terms right now. Sometimes she's like, she obliges, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be on camera too, yeah. And she's like, no, not right now, mother. Whatever, fine. But they want to still hang out with me. Whatever. We're already just talking about this, guys. You know, when our kids get a little bit too big for their britches, and maybe acting like they don't love us anymore. Like you don't love me, you don't want to be around me anymore. But anyway, guys. Oh gosh, what a reading though. Thank you guys for sticking around. I know this is one. It was kind of long. I wasn't expecting that at all. But where they guided us, we went with it. I didn't even pull out like a bunch of decks or anything like that. I kept it pretty simple. And I'm like, damn, here we are, 2.5 hours. Um, but yeah, there was a lot to uncover here, and I do hope that you guys resonated, right? I know there was like a lot to take in. Thank you guys for not like judging me for crying multiple times through this reading. It was just a lot of emotion. I'm like, damn, you would think that like my period's coming or something. Nope, I just got off that shit, so that's not the problem. It's just wow, a lot of emotion though. A lot of just a release, right? Especially with that strawberry moon. Maybe that's what it is, partially. Um, Spirit just wanted to really, dive into the stuff we spoke about, right? Your health, big thing, especially the women, your feminine health right now. Get the girlies looked at, the hoo-ha looked at, all that stuff, very important. That was like one of the biggest things, especially if it runs in the family or anything like that. That was a big thing in this reading. The other thing was, excuse me, um, just being able to honor yourself, right? You have all these gifts and talents, and you're not honing in on them. They want you to. They want you guys to recognize, you know, you have things that you're meant to do right now, and they're trying to guide you. They're trying to help you, but you have to take authority over your own life and actually do it. Is what I'm getting. And then they had their other messages directed for some of you, if you resonate um, with a passed on loved one who wanted to communicate. Uh, Definitely a very strong energy, especially a maternal energy. Grandmother, aunt, something like that. Somebody who was more likely than not a woman, female energy. But anyway, we're gonna call this reading an we're gonna call it a wrap. We're gonna wrap it up. She's playing with the cord. Stop it. Yeah, we're gonna call this reading we're gonna close it out, and yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep because I'm tired. I have to get back into a groove with my routine, which I only have one day to do that. Good luck with that, right? But yes, thank you guys for indulging me. When I decided to go live at the most random fucking time, I went on at like midnight. So I was like, yeesh, what the hell drew me to do this at this random ass time after I already went on earlier. I'm like, what? So I love you guys. And until next time, and if you're new, let me say this first. If you're new and haven't done so already, subscribe, hit that like button, all that good stuff. Notification bell so that you know when I'm on. You know, you never know when you're gonna get these random ass 12 o'clock in the fucking morning readings. And yeah, Dolly, I never knew that was your name. Wow. Such a pretty name. But yeah, I appreciate all of you guys, and yeah, until next time, you guys get some rest. Cause your asses shouldn't be up either. Well, it depends on your time zones too, right? I am in Connecticut, so right now, like I said, it's you know about to be 3 in the morning for me. But yeah, for the rest of you guys, just go get some rest. All right, I love y'all.